Okay. Hi, mild-mannered Jonathan here. Very exciting. I've been waiting a long time to do this. We're going to do the presidential report cards right here and now for ariocop.com. Because let's make no mistake, all this is really is a promotional vehicle and a fun, nice cheat sheet for those who really want to get into the presidents and kind of know a little bit about the U.S. history, because I am a junkie on this shit. I soak this up like 80s skateboarding, okay? I swear. I read these books. I watch those documentaries over and over. It's the shit that tries to put me to sleep at night. So, we also have to keep in mind that this Constitution that we the people that we do hold so dear, we the people, in order to establish justice, this whole thing, so we're going to do a credit card. But let's also remember, we the people, we're a bunch of white fucking dudes in fucking wigs. Oh shit, wigs, that's crazy. So, again, what's really going on here? Silly comedian, musician, entertainer, fuckface asshole wanting just to be funny, ha ha ha, to promote our new record, Are You a Cop? Good Times. That's me, Gregory, and Ashley. We're so proud of our new record, and we hope you dig it. And we just want to put a little meat in the .com and give you something cool to go along with, and hopefully you enjoy this. So here we go. Presidents, great. And why I'm actually doing this, I think it is really important to say why, because when I saw that Jimmy Kimmel interview with George W. Bush, I was so very impressed with what was going on, and to think, again, that is what we used to think the worst president was. And really, we have to think about it. You know whose fault this is? Jimmy Carter. We're going to get to it, but this is Jimmy Carter's fault. Because if anybody's got a direct communication with God, it's probably Jimmy Carter. You know, because that's really a neat, nice, wonderful man. Fucked up as a president. We'll get to him later with it, but damn, what a great, wonderful guy. And what he's done after his presidency was wonderful, but we're going to get to all of that shit. But most important, he went on television and said that George W. Bush will go down in history as the worst president in the world. And then God said, what? Oh, I'm going to show you what real is. You want to see it? And so that's when powerful men say that, because you're not supposed to talk about other presidents. And fuck, that's what happened. Jimmy Carter said it'll never get worse than that, and we got orange. That was a tough 4 years. Tough 4 years. We're getting ready to get on to this countdown, but this is the reason that I'm motivated to do this, is because we have to know our history, and we have to make sure that when another time comes around here, that does not happen again. Do not forget what those 4 years were. Holy shit. Fucking crazy, sad, weird, and we survived it. That's America, and that's cool. I am so proud of the United States, and I'm also very ashamed of some of the things. So we're going to address that. We're going to start with George Washington, number one. The first, George Washington. A lot of historians are always like, tough gig to find anything bad that dude did. Tough gig. Okay, tough gig. No, he had slaves. Oh, that's kind of a little bad weakness there. So, okay, right off the bat, kind of hard to be an A-plus president when you have slaves. You know in your, no, it's just, oh, well, that was just the time and you don't know about, no, you know in your heart what is right and what is wrong. And also, Washington, he killed our own cats. The guys that wanted to go home because they had no shoes or food or anything, strapped those guys up and killed those dudes to scare the other dudes to stay in there. So let's not act like he's some great, great, great hero. No, he was a snob, uppity, he's all like, wait, how dare you? How dare you talk shit about me, Jonathan, you fucking fat asshole. Fuck ye. Fuck ye. I did a whole bunch of shit. Fuck ye. No, he did do a bunch of wonderful things. I mean, first off, let's not forget the most important thing is they wanted to make him a king, and he stepped down after 2 terms. That right there is fantastic and wonderful, but let's not forget, this is a snobby, weird dude. Is this one of the dudes? Was this one of the presidents you want to go have dinner with? I seriously doubt it. It'll be a very timely thing. I think he died, actually, because he refused to go change clothes and had to be on time for his own dinner, and that gave him some fucked up shit. But I have to be careful. I don't want to drift. I got to stick on facts. I've been only reading. I read a lot of the shit, but failure of the presidents is what I've really been digging into lately. And it's worth reading, worth checking out. I'll give a list of other references that are good throughout this, where I'm kind of getting all this, but really where I'm getting it all from is from my history books from school, YouTube documentaries, YouTube Crazy Fools, History Channel, and books. And as soon as I see shit that bleeds, and I see a bunch of times, I tend to want to believe into it, and I buy into it. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but I feel that it's true. It's not true. Fuck ye. Fuck ye. Oh, you stop that, George. You stop that. Okay, so let's just sum up George Washington real quick. First, they wanted him to be king. He stepped down, and he also said, do not... You know what the big deal is? We should not have these separate parties. He was the first dude in his leaving speech going, fuck this. Oh, and no one ran against him, by the way. He was such a badass. No one ran against him. His first cabinet was all-star Jordan-y. It was fantastic. There were many great firsts. Let's make no mistake. The dude did do a bunch of good shit. But he fucking owned slaves. He really had a credit card and did what he really wanted to, and he was tough on the people, and he pulled off some shit, and he was a snob. Okay, so George Washington, final grade, B+. Some fucking shit. Hey, we the fucking people, we're establishing justice. I'm saying time. I'm saying, look, we're being, whew, yeah, I'm being fair with this. And also, now here comes next. Oh, what happens when Adams comes in? Tough act to follow. Here's the good thing about Washington. His horse was named Nelson. He was a PR king. He knew how to walk in. The dude's fucking rock star. Tall, no teeth, fucked up wooden teeth problem the whole way through. But he had the style, and he was a PR man, and he knew by trying not to act like a politician what made him such a great politician. Then comes John Adams. Hi, how you doing? Or hi, how you doing? He's just a short. His stomach's like kind of mine. So you know what? If I ever had to play someone, this is probably who they cast me as. Fuck all ye. But no, here is a fucking smart man. I know my shit. I'm a fucking lawyer, badass motherfucker. True. Adams is badass. Attorney, knows his shit. And here is something that a lot of people don't know about Adams, and this is why I give him props. Because he's not really going to get that good of a grade either because he fucked up. But he never owned any fucking slaves. He did not believe in it. He came from a family that wasn't of great wealth, but from the very beginning they're like, this is fucking wrong. This is not right. Man should not own other man. This is not right. Thank ye. And he also created the Navy. He does a bunch of good stuff, but he pulls a Trump move. Fuckface when Jefferson comes in. He's so pissed off that he loses, he refuses to shake hands and do the peaceful transition. He leaves at midnight from the White House. Oh, and he's also the first cat to live in the White House. George Washington, his little mud place that he got, he didn't finish it up. It was Adams Sr. who's the first cat who's actually in there. So he's the first guy that gets to spend the night and do his business there, but leaves in the middle of the night to do the transition. So let's sum up Adams. So many things I left off because of all the great things he did after his presidency. But come on, you know what? I'm trying to booze up. I was boozing pretty hard before this too because I want to gear up to get down, However, here comes John Adams' grade. John Adams can B+. B+. Father of the Navy. Okay, here we go. Here comes Jefferson. Here comes Jefferson, right down Jefferson Lane. Hey, here's one of my things. I'm a different kind of president. I don't talk, you know what his big thing is? That's right, silence. Silence was his big thing. That whole thing, like I'm fucking my slaves, which he is. Holy shit, he is. But he never addressed it. When the press came to him, here's how he did it. Fuck ye. Yeah, he didn't even go to the trouble to say, fuck ye. He didn't do any of the traditional things, but he's still in the wig mode. They're still wearing the fucking wigs, and he's got slaves. Bad. Wigs. All men are created equal, except for black people and Indians. I guess you mean all people that are white and look like you. Not good. But we know all the great things that Jefferson did do. I hate to inform about some of the bad things. First off, the motherfucker was broke his whole life. His whole life, he was spending money trying to get his house to be dope. So this is a weird one, you know. Did it influence him? No, he's really trying to do best, but he goes against what he even believes in the Constitution when he does the Louisiana Purchase. He knows this is not what they wrote to do the Constitution, but he realizes this is a fucking bargain. And fuck the French. You know what? We've got to have this land. It was Jefferson who says, we just got away from the English who were bogus. And if we don't get some rules, cool rules, pronto, we're going to be bogus too. The United States has brought us to this point. We're starting to slowly get out of this thing. Slowly. Because Monroe and Madison, they're still dipping in this weird clothing, weird shit. But however, times are changing. It's getting weird. It's getting cool. Here comes the next transition. We're getting ready to give Jefferson his grade, but before we do, you got to understand. We're a country trying to build up with our own shit. Now fucking France and England are fucking with us hardcore. Someone's got to make a choice. We got to pick sides. We just got the fuck away from England. We borrowed some money from France to do that shit, but there's all kinds of shit going on. But what does Jefferson do? Nothing. He says we're not going to choose any sides. Ugh, this is going to make problems to come. Problems to come. So why is Jefferson not going to get such a great grade? Slaves. Not making a choice. But he was great, did a whole bunch of other things. So he, too, gets a B+. And with that being said, I've got to refill my beer, and I want to say this is pretty fun. I hope you guys are digging this, but why am I doing this? With the new Are You Cop record. Yay! It's good times. Please get your hands on it. Alright, here we go. Time out.
Go buy this record at areyouacop.com right now!
Then here, cheers, and we're getting ready to pick up where we left off, which I believe now is Madison. I think we're on Madison.
Wouldn't know.
It's Madison. Good Lord. I forgot about the Whiskey Rebellion. Good Lord. Alright, we're at Madison. Madison's a weird little kind of cat. Little blue-eyed kind of cutie. But his whole thing is he's a fucking nerd. Big time nerd. Here's our real nerdy nerd. One of our big guys still wearing the weird clothes and shit and pulling up the knickers and all that bullshit. But who is his key? His wife. Dolly Madison. Holy shit. She's hot. She's fun. She's neat. She throws parties. She is the fucking kabam.
She makes those great donuts.
Oh, the fucking donuts. Donuts. You want to glaze that shit hardcore. Now here's what's crazy though. The chutzpah, the craziness. We declare war on England. Some shit's going on, so he says, fuck it, you know what, okay, we're Americans, we're badasses. We're gonna go, oh, that was a fucking chief fucking mistake. So not only do we get our fucking asses kicked, you don't go after Michael Jordan. Good grief, you know what I'm saying? So here comes Alice Cooper versus Michael Jordan, okay, that's literally what's happening. Oh yeah, no, literally. Not in golf, in basketball. Yeah, I know, but anyway. So England comes over and fucks us up. Raids Washington. Here's what's crazy. Break into the White House. And you know what's Dolly Madison is like, okay, look. We've got to save the Washington picture. That famous foggy, cloudy, unfinished U-1 thing. I'm pretty sure that's the one. And if we can't get that off the wall, burn it. We cannot let them have it. She saves George Washington's famous portrait, which is really cool. Now, here's what happens, and right behind that, they flee. They flee the fucking White House. We get our asses kicked, and what happens? All the fucking English dudes get in there, and before they ransack the place, Dolly was getting ready to throw a party. There's this lavish dinner. They sit down, eat all the fucking food, then and fuck the place up. Crazy rat. Crazy. Okay, so we get our ass kicked. Adams tries to fucking kick a little ass, doesn't. I mean, not Adams, I'm sorry. Madison tries to kick a little ass, does not. Shoot away, we get our asses beat horribly. It is bad humility, and we get to come back from it. So what kind of grade is our man Madison going to get? Here's our first C, just a regular C. He did a lot for us in the beginning, And as a president, tough gig. Which brings us to our next guy, Monroe. Woo! Oldie, our old man, but he's our last guy who is in charge of all the shit from the day. So what does he do? Well, he does a lot. Obviously, the Monroe Doctrine, which is actually written, oh shit, I'm pretty sure it was written by Adams. I could be wrong, but you can check up on me on that one. But I know Monroe did not write the Monroe Doctrine, but he's the cat who's pushing it. And so some of this goes well with it. However, he doesn't do too much. He needs this old cat, so we feel this new thing wanting to come in. So what kind of grade is he going to get? He's going to get a solid B. Straight across the board, because out with the old, in with the new. Bringing in number 6. John Adams' son. Here comes a fucking, nepotism ass shit. Adams, totally trained and perfect for this. He grew up watching his dad be president. He traveled the world with him and did all that diplomatic bullshit with him. Perfect guy for the job, but he's an Adams. Cannot escape the fact that he's he's just one of those guys, because there's the differences, because you also got to understand Adams, his dad, had to deal with Benjamin Franklin. And I can't get on too long of a tangent here, but you got to understand Benjamin Franklin, although not a president, is the man of man. Of course, he's bottled electricity. He's invented everything from fucking left to right, and he's gone over to negotiate for the Americas of what we really want to do as the United States. And fucking France loves him. He's eating that shit up. But he parties all night. Oh, he's a tit crabber. He loves the tits. Oh my God, he's a tit-loving motherfucker. And he stays up all night. He's charming everybody. And he becomes the first real rock star. I mean, literally, let's put this into perspective. Mick Jagger, Einstein. Oh, there's Benjamin Franklin. Adams has to deal with this. And his son has to deal with this, because here's what's happening. Benjamin's partying all night in France. What are you supposed to do? You dress up, you go to parties, you drink shit, and you look at tits, and you grab tits, and you're a fucking weirdo, fucking real, thingy of time. Adams is waiting to get up at 7 o'clock in the fucking morning to do business. Oh, all the fucking business is getting done at night, and both Adamses are soaking this in. They do not get what the world is about. Which brings me to the problems of why both Adams do not go down in history well. They should. It's not fair. It kind of isn't, but that's just the politics of things. You've got to be part of the times, and neither was Adams. And Adams fucked with Andrew Jackson, which will be our 7th president. But before we get to Andrew Jackson and all this, you have to understand the whole deal too, because Jackson felt screwed over by not winning this presidency, because he won the popular vote. There's a whole controversy of this whole Adams thing, and Adams fights it the whole way through, which makes it even worse. He wanted to do a bunch of things, got to not do shit, which is why Adams II, our 6th president, is going to get a C-. I know, but that is just the way that I'm calling it, and I feel it. He didn't get to do a bunch with it, but anyway, here comes the problem, and this was the problem. Andrew Jackson, number 7, Tennessee. Fuck it. Here's a toughie. Before I say anything, let's just start right off the bat. Fuck Andrew Jackson. Okay? Fuck Andrew Jackson. And if you support Andrew Jackson, you're a fucking racist, and fuck you too, because here's the truth of the matter. That dude had mother issues. Fucking go kill the Indians. Pow, pow, pow. He fucking kills the Indians. He did what he wanted to do. He led by his own passions and what he did. As soon as someone pisses him off, he does this shit. He got in a fight with the banking people, and oh my gosh, he fucks up the system, so when Van Buren comes up next, it's going to be a problem. But let me state this whole Trail of Tears thing. And also let me tell a little quick sidebar about Memphis. In Memphis, Tennessee, you can go down the Trail of Tears. You can actually walk the Trail of Tears on Jackson Avenue. We gotta fix that, Memphis. Come on, I'm born and raised in Memphis. I love it so much. Fix that. That's beyond embarrassing. Okay? We've got to fix, and we have to deal with that. I know no one really wants to deal with that, but holy fuck. That is why I'm in a band, by the way. You write songs to express what you want to do and feel and say, and that's why I'm even doing this right now. I am trying to say, come check out our music. Are You a Cop? Good times. It is good times, but it's also the good times that we have to deal with. And this is what we're dealing with. Memphis, I love you. Oh, how I love you. Oh, I love it. But we have to deal with these kind of bad things, and that is one of the bad things that must be addressed. Okay, so number 7, back to Jackson. Something he did, he balanced the books. The one time the national debt was ever at 0, but also Adams gets a lot of credit for setting that up. Adams set that up for him to get that win. The books are balanced. But then he gets in a fight with the fucking Bank of America and says, fuck ye. It doesn't even say fuck ye because he's a southern motherfucker. And so he's like, fuck you, kind of thing. And it's problematic because it all boils down to Jackson has a problem with some certain fucking people. And here is the problem. When you have a president who isn't doing things for the people, we the people, in order to form, when you're doing things because I fucking don't like that fucking, oh, you wanna fuck with me? You gonna fuck with me? Fuck ye? Fuck ye? No, that's not what a president does. And that's another reason why Orange loves that motherfucker so much too, which leads up to the embarrassment of it all. And let me say something else. If I owned a fucking casino, if I was one of these Indian casino motherfuckers, I would not accept a $20 bill in my entire life because Andrew Jackson's fucking face is on that. Fuck Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson's grade is an F-. F-. And this is a Tennessean saying this. We have to acknowledge what is good and what is bad. Racism, fucking bad. Fucking politicians pulling this fucking bullshit. Oh, the Democratic Party was also why we're called the donkeys, the jackasses, because they called Andrew Jackson a jackass, and he thought that was funny. So there's where they have the jackass logo bullshit thing, just to let you know, a little sidebar. F- Jackson. In brings Martin Van Buren. Well, here's a problem for old number 8. Andrew Jackson loves him and he brings him in and pushes him in, but fuck, there's this bank problem. Motherfucker, you've left me with all these fucking problems. That's why you don't know who Martin Van Buren is, which they called him Martin Van Ruin, because he inherited some fucking shit. I don't know who the fuck he is. You don't know who the fuck he is because Andrew Jackson's wave of bullshit. And there's where you have to realize there are repercussions when we fuck up like this. See, now here's the thing. Not to get too far into this because we're only here at number 8 right now, but you Republican cats who voted for that orange motherfucker. You know why you did it? Because you hated her. Okay, I get it. You hated her. It was weird. And the whole Clinton baggage. Yeah, fuck it. I need something different. You got something different. Oh, you got something fucking different. And now you're in bed with it. And now you got to keep it. You know, when I was a little kid, we had that choice, Beta or VHS. I fucked up too. I went Beta. I fucked up. Shit. But then I figured out, oh, fuck. You're right, VHS is going to win this game. Okay, I get it. You have to fess up. You baited. And that shit's over. And not only is it not over, but it has to not be over. It has to be remembered and never forgotten. That was a tough, bad thing you did. You voted the plumber to fix your teeth. Okay? You had bad teeth, and you know what? I got to go see a dentist. But I'm not going to go see a dentist. I'm going to hire the plumber to go fix my teeth. That's what you did. A plumber with no experience, by the way. Okay? Now, I know there's not a lot of ye listening to thee on this because we're probably not the same kind of cats. And I'm not trying to make other cats laugh. But I'm trying to passionately say what America, what everyone sort of could feel. I don't know. Maybe I'm a rambling drunk. I'm for sure drunk, and I'm for sure rambling, but I'm trying to be truthful and heartfelt. And at the same time, same shrine, time, lime, promote the Are You a Cop record. Please go purchase it. It's a real record, a vinyl record. Not a lot of them, too, by the way. So once they're gone, they're gone. So here we go. Back to Andrew Jackson and getting the final grade with Andrew Jackson as an F-, and now on to Van Buren's grade. He gets a C- because of the bad shit that comes behind it.
Who?
Martin Van Buren
There it
is number 8, our 8th president, and he fucked up a lot
Yes.
just because he tried to fix a bunch of shit, but he didn't have any personality either. And again, here's a bad problem though. Not to talk again, we have to soak in Jackson because he is such a powerful character. It was the Jacksonian years. I mean, he dominated before his presidency, during his presidency, after his presidency, for a long time. You have to understand the mentality of the United States is shameful. They're racists. He's a bunch of fucking it's not good. There's slavery and they don't know how to get the fucking cotton off the fucking plant, and they think the only way to do it is slavery. We can't change nothing. We're fucked. This is how it is, and they're stupid. They're stupid and they're racist and they're not thinking in the right way, and this is a problem with the United States. This is a problem with the world, and it slowly, hopefully, changes. With that being said, we're going to make it in to our next cat, but I've got to have a beer, but I do a shot for old number 7 in the Jacksonian years. Fuck ye. Here's another prime example. Jack Daniels can't even drink Jack Daniels when they make Jack Daniels. Tennessee. Why must we be so backwards? Come on. Be a little more California. But don't be too California, because then you're going to be some weird Florida. So, you know what I'm saying. To you, to the United States, and to being in bands. Another reason, too, I'm doing all this because I want you to be in a band, too, because I want to hear your records. We want to hear everyone's music and your thoughts. So, salute.
Rock out.
Rock on! Alright, that last advertisement was a little bit abrupt. My bad. Just a little excited, but need you to go to REOCOP.com and purchase this record. Oh yeah, good times.
Rolling.
Alright. That last break was a little longer than it was supposed to be. We were talking about Eddie Van Halen the whole time. Cheers to... yay! Thank you, Eddie Van Halen family, the Van Halens. Thanks so much for all that y'all do and the whole spiel. But anyway, I got to get back to the president's thing. I got to literally switch mindsets, but it was good to step away from it for a moment, because I think where we left off was at number 8. He got his grade. So now we're at number 9. That would be Harrison. It's Typical New and Tyler too. Okay, that's Harrison. Old man Harrison. Okay. Well, here's where a lot of people don't know about that motherfucker, because he didn't do anything. That's the guy who went and gave the speech. So he's an older cat. Here's what happens. He's a war hero. He's the up northern kind of killing it, tearing it up cat. And he's gotten famous, so he becomes president. But they're saying you're all old and whatever. So he goes, I'm going to give a big old long speech. Gave the longest speech in American history. When he was inaugurated as president, goes on. Gone. So let's just not talk too much about it other than the fact that he's dead, so he gets an F. Not an F minus, but he gets an F because he didn't get to do anything. Moving on, what's weird now, here's our first death. Then we gotta move power. Here comes Tyler, because it was Typical New and Tyler too. Tyler. Whew. Okay, number 10. He's not elected, but he's president. He comes walking in first day going, I'm fucking president, dude. Here we go. Let's do it. And everybody else is like, no, motherfucker. We have our own cabinet. We're going to run the show. And he goes, no, look at the motherfucking paper. No, here's how this works. Succession of power. And I'm going to do my fucking job. Oh, no. Big war. Well, they fuck him up. But he does stand his ground. And here is why he's going to get a C. Is because he stood his ground and said, I'm doing what my fucking sworn oath was in case fuckface fucking fucks. And he fucked. Harrison fucked. Fucking... Okay? Nah, I mean, it didn't work. Okay, but there's big powers. You got to understand. These motherfucking white motherfuckers. And let's not make any mistake. It's all white fucking dudes. Okay? Ugh. F minus with that whole group. Still, we got to deal with that. And it must be said. You know, because it's not like there is some all men are created equal. No, this is still a problem. So, Tyler, C. That's his grade. Comes in Polk. another Tennessee cat. You don't know a lot about him. Manifest Destiny, there's some good things that go on, but he is still very Jacksonian. We are still in a Jacksonian age. Like I said, Jackson had that fucking thing that goes on. So you don't know a lot about Polk, and we're not going to talk a lot about Polk because he does not deserve to be talked about a lot. He's going to get a C minus. Simply because he was really like, okay, you know, you got the Ramones, then you get things like Green Day, then you get things like Smash Mouth. That's like this fucking trickled down fucking thing. And that's why I also been tough because I'm a Tennessee guy. Got to be tough on them, and these are tough grades, and there it is. So, there it is. Then comes in Taylor. Taylor's weird. Taylor, he's a warrior of Mexican War. He does not understand politics. He never even voted. He's a celebrity. Here's this whole celebrity thing, which you got to understand, which orange, which we bring back all around to, is you use this celebrity thing. They used this guy. This fucking guy, Taylor, is so famous. Fuck, we got to do something with him. He's not even affiliated with the political party, by the way, so he's just, they make him president. And so he goes along with some bullshit and stuff, and no, it's just a problem, and now comes the chaos of what the presidency is, and now we have to deal with our balance of powers, which we really should be discussing, but instead, I'm going to finish this beer while you soak in why the presidency is so weak when you think of who's Harrison, who's Tyler, who's Polk, who's Taylor. Who are these people? You don't know about them because they didn't do shit. They weakened and made shit tougher for us. But they were also dealing with horrible competition of these divided party lines, which wash. Oh, wait. Oh, flashback. Oh, let's flashback. Flashback. I said no. This was gonna be a fucking problem. Oh no, he was more uppity. I'm sorry. Because he did like England a lot. He really did like them, by the way. Okay, but anyway, he said, no, this is going to be a problem. This will be a problem. Problem. Sex Pistols. Oh, cut back. Problem. Yes, okay. Shit. Well, here we are. Here's the problem that they were warned against. The shit comes to bite you in the ass. Fuck. And there comes from a president who I didn't even give a great grade to, but said something good, so now you got to evaluate me. Woo! But while you're evaluating me, that's why I'm doing this. I want y'all to listen to our new record, Good Times. Please do that. Cheers to you if you do. I'm really trying to be informative and fun. I love this shit. This is why I'm talking about it, everyone. So cheers to you. Cheers to me. And here's to us, just communicating. Okay, so where did I leave off? I made it to Taylor. Did I give Taylor his grade? C. He gets a C. It should actually be worse, but I'm giving him a C. There's a bunch of other things I'm not going to get into. We got into Unlucky 13 Fillmore. Talking about doing everything wrong and unlucky from the beginning and end. And that's why you don't know who Millard Fillmore actually is. Let's just cut to the chase. He's worth looking into just for all the uncomfortable things of it, but no. You don't know about him because he didn't really do anything, and he softened up and made the presidency even lighter of a problem. Ugh. So we're going to give him his grade right off the bat. Fillmore, he gets an F. Just simply because. Why, you may ask? Well, you need to go look it up for yourself because he did so little that it's not even worth bringing up. And that in there lies why he's vanilla. Anyway, now on to number 14. Franklin Pierce. Handsome Frankie. Woo, this is a drinker. Here's the dude who knows how this is the time when you go to the bars and you fucking shake hands. Now you're doing the shit like the old cats used to, but now even more so, and he's really good at it. Very good at it. Great talker, smooth everything, but number 14 has got badass fucking luck. Bad luck. This kid gets killed in front of him and his wife. in a train wreck on his way to being president. Ooh, it fucks him up horribly. Of course it would.
Jesus.
Oh no, it's bad. He has to cover the severed head so his wife doesn't see it. The train shakes again. Of course she does. I mean, this is bad madness. Bad madness, and he's supposed to go to work and try to do this, and there's this whole slavery issue, and it is a problem, and he is not up to the task. There's an adversary that I can't, it's the Missouri Spiele that I don't want to say the wrong word, so I'm not going to fucking do this wrong, but I need you to realize why you don't know.
We interrupt this drunkard's ramblings to bring you a very important news bulletin. The Are You a Cop record, Good Times, is out now at areyourcop.com. Get it while it's hot.
Rolling.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. All right. I'm funnier during the breaks. Okay, so we're going to have to sum up old Franklin Pierce here. Franklin Pierce, bad, ended up in tragedy. Horrible thing, was weak, obviously too shaken up about his son to really be a leader. F. Straight up F, not F minus, but just solid F.
Wait, I say. Wait a minute here.
Oh boy, here he comes.
You know, you mistreated me, I say, earlier. I say, Mr. Jackson deserved to be reacquainted with what's going on. Do you not realize how long my ideas lasted in America? Why, I represented what people said.
No, you just... Oh, you just put him back down there. No. Yes, he kept bleeding into the world with his beliefs and his ideals, and the whole slavery issue just kept on pushing, and this was a Jacksonian scenario. When is this ever going to stop? Maybe with the next president, Buchanan? Buchanan going to step in and be the leader that needs to be? Absolutely not. Holy monkey of pearl. Not only is he arguably the very, very worst, and I'm even including the orange thing, this guy, king of indecisiveness. There's personal life, everything about him got him in trouble. How he even made it to the presidency was just because he was so neutral and he was just easy to get in, and they were just looking for something different. And the reason we don't know a lot about him, or he doesn't even come up, or is he even a president? Well, no, he was a president by name alone. He sucked. He gets an F. And in most of these things that you'll watch and see other cats doing, he gets the worst of them all, because this is where slavery it is a huge problem, and he makes it worse. And so his final grade, and fuck him, F minus. Okay, now moving on. Here comes Mr. Lincoln. Okay, probably the greatest president we'll ever have in the history of that time, maybe in the history of all times. Walks into a horrible problem. We know all the stories. It's best really for you to go look into him on your own. He's a very, very dynamic character. He would start all of his morning meetings with little bullshit side stories to try to catch them in and do shit. So he was really closest to being what I would say the most humble president that succeeded during the hardest time, and slavery is the biggest problem ever. It is still a problem to this day. Kudos to Abraham Lincoln. I'm not spending a lot of time on it. Well, give me some more time, boy. Give me some more time, boy. He was one of our tallest presidents. Trivia question: who were our tallest presidents? Dun 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 dun. And George Washington. Those are the two. They both were the same height. I'm not even going to guess and be wrong. I'm going to say... I better not guess and say wrong, but I know it's like 6'4", maybe 6'2", 6'4". That's humongous back in the day. So anyway, it was not about the height of me. It's about what I did. You know what I did? I fucking suffered. Oh, my kid died. I had problems. Everything. The whole slavery thing. Every bad fucking thing I dealt with. And you know what? I did a horrible job at. Oh, you stop that. You're so humble even to this day. He kicked ass. A+. Go check him out. I kid you not. A+ on the hardest of scales. Give him the attention that he truly deserves. So moving on, shooting a thing. Oh, the controversy of him being shot, that Booth may actually have lived. And there's this weird documentary out there that's worth giving a chance look out to as well. So anyway, Lincoln's gone. We bring in Johnson. Johnson, who was brought on the ticket just as a Southerner to try to even out and balance a ticket. No way they fucking wanted him coming in. And woo, boy, you want to talk about problems. His whole thing. First off, Lincoln didn't leave a plan. You know, he was just fucking going to a play. He hadn't set up the new structure, how we're going to deal with slavery. What is the agenda? Johnson is on his own with it, but every bad fucking decision you can make, this fuckface did. And just like Orange Fuckface, he was impeached and narrowly made it because it was kind of a bullshit thing that they got him on. They made a rule to where you can't fire someone in your cabinet. And he's like, this is all Lincoln's cabinet. I'm firing one of these old fuckfaces. Boom. You know, they went after him. But what they really decided was, this isn't right. This will weaken the presidency too much. And then fuckface just kind of stayed quiet after that, but only led to more problems. Now what do? You go get Grant. You get Grant. He's a war hero. The motherfuckers loved him left and right. He could have been on either ticket. This is a hero. Weirdo, though. Great artist. Oh, man, just like the W. Go look at his artwork. Very credible. I mean, it's intense, but he was a weirdo. Warmonger. Fucking, I'm going to kill you. However, had this weird thing. Would faint at the sight of blood. Huh? I know. Complicated character. He was not a good politician whatsoever. Made things worse. He hired all of his friends. His friends are corrupt. They're pulling in extra cash. It's very interesting. And then Grant goes broke. See, he gives up his pension. He's a big-time fucking general. I'm fucking kicking ass. I get this big pension. I'm going to lose my pension, motherfucker. He lost his pension to be president, and this became a financial problem for him. So Mark Twain had to step in, and he wrote a book about him and helped his family out after he died. But oh boy, he's a mess and a crazy one. Well worth spending some time with. His grade is weird. He gets a C+. He gets a C+ because he did really try hard, but he was, as I said, not a politician. And what happens is when you get these generals who come in, they're just so used to doing it their way. They don't understand really what's going on, and there's what he fell for. And then what happens next? Rutherford B. Hayes. Oh, Margaret sakes a mirror. Here's another bad grade coming in. Here's a guy, well, I don't know much about him. Yeah, because in his full term, he really didn't do anything. And his wife was the one who banned alcohol from the White House. The one thing that would drag people in there was the free booze and let's do some talking. And Lemonade Lucy, as they called her, pulls out all the alcohol. Now there's no gambling, and that's where everyone was like, oh man, the water flows like wine in the White House during that presidency. Hence, nothing gets done because you got to think, you're not a bunch of alcoholic, drug loser, asshole, fucking prostitute, banging piece of shit white assholes now. You should have seen them back then. Holy fuck, it was just par for the course. Here, take some of these prostitutes. It's appetizers for what's really to come. This is just regular shit that happened, and they wanted to try to clean it up a little, and well, that's what you get. Nothing got done. So, with that being said, he gets an F-. Moving on. It goes to Garfield. Here's a go-getter. He's a real go-getter. A badass motherfucker gonna kick ass too. Oh, shit! Shot, killed, kicked ass, wanted to do good right off the bat. We never know what he was capable of because he was killed right off the bat. Bam! Now we've lost a cat again. We've now lost 2 people. Where is an FBI? Where is the Secret Service? We've got to start inventing some shit, is what a lot of Americans in high places are saying, because this is becoming embarrassing now. And what's happened now? Well, Garfield, unfortunately, is going to get an F because he really wasn't there enough to do anything. His prior stuff is kind of worth looking into, but we just really don't have enough on him to say, yes, he was great. No, he got shot. Fucking bad deal. Bad deal. That's his grade. Brings in Chester Arthur, our 21st president. Chester is a hardcore dressing like lunatic New York dude controlled by New York and New York money, but he pulls a fucking stunt. He says, you know what, fuck you guys, I'm going to try to hang on to what Garfield was going to do, but he goes to the White House, and the first problem he has, he's like, this is a fucking dump. You know what? Fuck this place. I'm not going to fucking stay in this shithole. So you know who he hires? Tiffany. Before he's all famous and shit, that's the dude who fixes up the house. The White House starts looking a little bit better, but in the meantime, Chester Arthur does nothing. He didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing. He wanted to hunt and fish and do whatever, and that was just a waste of a presidency. Non-elected, died because of Garfield's death, brought in, and there's just another shitty, and he was our number 21st president. His final grade, F. Why am I doing all this? Well, because I'm into this shit. By far, we are not a political band, make no mistake, but this is just a part of history, and I think all of us Americans should be into this, and I think it's fun to have booze with your friends and discuss these things. The documentaries on YouTube, the History Channel, these books, oh my goodness. There's other books I'd like to plug here. This President's All You Need to Know. This is a great little Cliff Notes thing to really catch up, because why not learn? We, the people of the United States of America, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice. I drink. Cheers to establishing justice. And that's what I'm doing. We, the people. This is my opinion. I'm in the band Are You a Cop? We're here to promote our record, Good Times. Yay, please check it out, and hopefully you're getting a good little laugh and a good little fucking, is he fucking right? I'm gonna go check that out. Bam, that's really what I'm shooting for. And then long term you should be, that dick face was fucking right. Hey honey, that fucking idiot in the bad brain shirt was fucking right. You know what? We should start a band. Boom, boom, and there it is, you know. And then later you get all big time and shit, and then Rolling Stones interview, and you say, how did it start? And you say, well, you know, John, you know, it kind of started like this. We were watching this Are You a Cop fucking thing, and I was inspired, and damn, that makes me feel good. And at the same time, the Good Times record may do the same for you. Okay, so after that shameless plug, let's move. Oh wait, no, let me freshen up my drink. I'm gonna freshen up my drink and ice me up and finish this thing, help it get it down, and then we're gonna move on. Cheers to you. Oh yeah, mild-mannered Jonathan here. I'm enjoying myself. Studio time, you know. This is where we hang out and do our thing. This is actually where most of the Are You a Cop record was recorded. No, wait, is that true? All of the Are You a Cop record was recorded in this very room right here, in the room right next door, and some shit outside. So, again, that's what you need to do. Get your own studio, too, so we can come all jam and do little, you know, powwow, little jam parties and stuff. Oh, yeah. Okay, moving on. Where were we? We're hitting Cleveland now. Uh-oh, Cleveland. Oh, shit. Here's the great thing that Orange isn't ever going to know about. Thank goodness he doesn't know about history, because there's one president that did president, loses, comes back and does president again. Out of order president is Grover Cleveland. Grover the Good, they called him. Dug that motherfucker till they found out, oh shit, banging chicks, gets caught, pops out a fucking not an illiterate, what is it? When illegitimate child, and doesn't hide it, says, this is my girl, you know, and I fucked up, please forgive me, and everybody forgives him. Boom, he's president. Gets and does the presidency, sucks at it, doesn't understand what being president is all about. Really just stays, works hard, but works at stupid shit. It's worth digging a little bit into, but he's not one of those cats you really want to go have dinner with. You know, you're going to pick out of these guys who you'd really want to go have dinner with. He's down there low. He doesn't like, no, fucking boring, whatever. But, so then he's getting pissy, and everybody gets pissy at him, and he loses, and he gets kicked out. But his wife, his young little college graduate wife, by the way, comes into the White House and says, hey, you know what? Don't fuck with shit. We'll be right back, because they're planning on getting back, and they did. which brings Cleveland's first grade C minus. The reason he doesn't get a D or an F is because I'm being nicer right now because there's more whiskey in me. He should really get worse than that, but he's going to get graded again. So anyway, boom, moving on to Harrison. Grandson to our other president who died for giving the long fucking speech. Harrison, woo, you want to talk about a guy who was brought in by money. This is said to be a boring piece of fucking weird political shit. One guy said an empty carriage pulls up, Harrison stepped out. I mean, they just really don't dig this dude, and somehow he's appeasing big money and big money spent and got it. But bam, he doesn't do anything. That's another reason why you don't know nothing about him. So we're just going to give him his quick F and move on. To the point where everyone was like, fuck, that guy was fucking horrible. You know what? Cleveland wasn't that bad. Let's bring Cleveland back. Brought Cleveland back. Bam, here's another good reason why I'm so glad that fucking orange piece of shit is a non-history person and doesn't know about this because he might be motivated by this story. So, woo, thank goodness for stupidity. I'll drink to him being stupid at least and not having anyone around him to help him say, hey, you know what, I've got a good idea. Think of all of the fucking good he could have done in his 4 years. Think about that. Even through his own selfishness, he could have turned all that shit around and done something good with it. It's amazing what a selfish man does, you know? And here's at least what will happen between all these presidents before him. At least they all are trying. And yes, a lot of these guys are getting Fs, and a lot of them are obviously before my time. Not much. I'm fucking older than some of the rocks in the backyard. But what I'm saying is a lot of these guys are at least trying to do what's best for the United States of America and the people because they want to do good. They want to be that guy. You know, they're still power monger motherfucking pieces of shit, each and every one of them, everyone who works that hard to get in that kind of job, you are a conniving piece of shit. There is no simple way to even get through it for everyone. So anyway, with that being said, Harrison F. Cleveland comes in his second grade D+, because man, you had a second chance to do it right, and again, you did nothing. What did he do? Nothing. Oh, it's so sad. So sad. Hold on one second. Let me just drink a big one for him. Wait one moment. And in the meantime, you can be thinking about the new Are You a Cop record. Yay! Oh, it's amazing I'm getting drunk at all. It's getting all over me. Okay. That's a little strong, is she? After Harrison is McKinley. McKinley. They like him. He's wanting to do stuff. He's kicking ass. First term, doing good. Comes in, gets a new vice president, this weird guy that everybody hates in the Republican Party, Teddy Roosevelt. So where are you going to put him? Going to put him as vice president. So we shut this fucking go-getter weirdo up. But what happens? Damn if McKinley doesn't get killed too. Here's another president that goes down, and he was liked. Oh boy, everyone was saddened about this. But there's no real time to give him a great grade. He gets a C+. He really would almost get a B, but didn't get to do anything. His first few things that he did and what he was setting up would have led to greatness, I'm quite sure. However, you don't get to see the final play out, so there's his grade. But what happens? Here comes Teddy Roosevelt. Now, here's the first guy who says, you know what? Fuck these fucking motherfuckers. This is a powerful position, and I'm going to use the presidency. I am going to give speech after speech. I'm going to get the American people behind me, and I'm going to do things. Teddy Roosevelt is a crazy character. Those photographs you see, they're like from he's dressed up from store-bought clothes, and he becomes this character and then is that character. The best way to say it is what his granddaughter said. He has to be the bride at every wedding and what is it when you're in a tomb? I mean, when you're in a fucking coffin, you're dead, you're in a coffin, and you gotta be when you're at a funeral, what's the dead body? It's gotta be the bride at every wedding and the corpse at every funeral. That's what I was trying to say. Alright, see? Kids, don't drinky. But then again, making this fun for me at least. This is trying to be a win-win situation. All right, with that being said, we're at Roosevelt. Roosevelt sees the meat problem. The reason our water's a little bit cleaner, we're in Los Angeles, a little bit cleaner where you can sort of see through it. Our meat, the FDA, all these things he established. Oh my goodness, he takes all this land and says, you know what, this is going to be national forest. You can't fuck with this shit. He does a lot of good, but still there's this weird little, underneath the whole lines, there's still this weird racism in him. And this is this problem again that's still in America. Racism is still fucking here. It's still a bunch of fucking white dudes dictating and doing things, and it's making things uncomfortable, and it's just building and building and building for something to happen. But there's this whole denial stage what's going on because there's so many other things. Yes, the Panama Canal, many other accomplishments and things. He's gonna get a B+ for what all he did. However, the ways he kind of went about doing it are controversial, but so what? That's what you do. You bully your way into it. He did not want to step down, but he did, and he put Taft in, his man, to come in, and oh boy, that pissed him off because Taft started pulling back some of his stuff. Taft is a big, hefty man. He's the president that got stuck in the White House bathroom and had to be popped out, and that's kind of a weird story within itself, but he didn't really want to be president of the United States. His wife wanted to be first lady, so he wanted to do what she kind of wanted, was coaxed into it. He wanted to be on the Supreme Court, which he eventually will. But with Taft, he's got a new enemy. His man is now an enemy. And now they're going to get a run, and they're going to start doing this shit again because here comes the next election time. And by the way, Taft is going to get a C- for what he did because he didn't do that much. He's caught up in all the whole world of purgatory, to where the things he wants to push through and the things he has to fight against. So that's again why we don't know much about him. His accomplishments really were more when he got his dream job and being one of the big court dudes. He wanted to put on that fucking black robe and be all Black Sabbath, and he was pretty good at that. So that's really where he kicked ass. But however, that's why he still worked in, but he doesn't want to really give up. And here comes Wilson. You know, man, they haven't had a real Democrat come in a while, but what happens is, fucking Roosevelt comes in and does the Bull Moose Party and separates all the Republicans. So Taft and Roosevelt split the ticket, and who wins? Wilson. You bring in Wilson. Weird sex addict, smart nerd, weirdo. Let me just keep using the word weird, because when you go look at him in the pictures, it's like, oh, secret perv. Secret pervy man. However, he really was kicking ass and did a lot of good and really wanted to do what was best for America. Failed miserably. There's 14 points of kicking ass and 14 points of losing bad. And it was his own hard-headedness, because all he had to do when he went into, I'll say it. It's worth you going and checking it out yourself, because it's really interesting. I'm telling you, this guy's interesting. I'll give a drink to him, and I'm also going to give him a B. Solid B. It should be a B+, but it's going to be a B. With that being said, yay, quick drink. And before we move on, I'd just like to say, yay, Are You a Cop? Thanks for being at areyoacop.com. And thanks for being in your own band and making your own stuff so we can hear it too. Come listen to our songs and we want to listen to yours. Cheers to you. I'm going to call a quick timeout and fill up this drink. Subliminal Message by Are You a Cop's new record, Good Times, at areyoacop.com. Okay, I'm switching gears. Can't get too emotional about these next ones because they don't deserve. Here's one of those low points. We're hitting into the Harding, Coolidge area thing. So Harding. Why do we not know much about him? Well, you know the most about it because it's Teapot Dome. There's a bunch of scandals and stuff. Scandal, a bunch of the people around him. Here's what's going on. There's just too much weird money being moved around. And that didn't even really come up until he died. But had he done more, we'd have more better things to say for him. So he gets a D+. And it is worth looking into because there's a whole bunch of things about illegitimate children at the end with him and the whole thing of scandal. And did he really have anything to do with it? They can't really prove a lot, but we can know for certain that the guys around him did. And so, you know what? You brought the corrupt punch in, so this is negative drinking for them. So bad, bad, bad. Okay, so in comes Coolidge. Coolidge got a real weird voice, likes dressing up and doing photographs and trying to have personality, but really he's just a boring weirdo guy that we don't know a lot about either. We know a lot about him, but nothing's really more than vanilla ice cream. You know, really what America needs right now is, can we just go back to normalcy and just not have to deal with all this craziness because of the whole teapot scandal that's going on, all the craziness. They just want regular politics. It's kind of like right after Orange, you know. It's not like Biden is some fucking great monster of goodness and woohoo, here comes the man. No, it's just, you know what, anything's better. However, here's a guy at least trying for America and is speaking at least some common sense and not speaking for himself, but speaking for Americans and speaking for the world and trying to fix some of that orange shit that was left behind. And, you know, kudos to you. You're doing good. We don't get to grade you when we get to the end of that, just to let you know, because we got to let him finish up. But we will be talking about El Orange's grade because, yeah, it's coming up. It's coming up soon. But again, Coolidge. Okay, so Coolidge kind of keeps us cool with it.
Quiet little guy, little voice like that.
It's funny because now we can start to see and hear these guys and their movements and stuff. So, but he's going to get a C-. Okay, you know, C-, what you going to do? And then here comes Hoover. Okay, see, Hoover I want to have a soft spot for because I went to Hoover High School and I moved out here, and that's where I met Ash and Chris and everybody, and this is a very special place for me. But Hoover is just not a very special guy. Here's a fuck up. Before he became president, he was kicking ass and helping things all over the world, and they really, really dug him. Then he became president, and he just became like, I don't get it. I don't get it. What am I supposed to do? I can't do anything. This is a negative drink right now. Hold on. And then became the Great Depression. Ooh, is it a problem? It's a major, major, major problem, and he just doesn't have the ambitious nature to try to do something. He really feels like there's really nothing I can do. What can I do? You can do something. You can do anything. And he just didn't know what to do. So here comes Roosevelt. Here comes the man who's going to say, here's what we're going to do. I have a plan. I'm going to sit by this fire and we're going to talk. I will communicate. I'm going to do everything I can. But here's this barrage, this facade of the presidency. This is back when the reporters and everybody, here's a guy that can't walk and the American people don't even know. So there's these little cover-ups that are just naturally there and happening. But again, it just didn't seem like a big deal to the reporters, and we're in such a crisis throughout America. The last thing you really need is to start fucking with this guy. So we got to do something, and he does stuff. He really does stuff, but he does a little too much, and a lot of stuff goes on, and then he passes the first time. 2 terms, no, I got to stay and I got to do this whole war thing. This whole war thing, I'm just going to skip over. This whole war thing, I'm just going to put a little pin that you can go deal with yourself because what goes on is something else than what he does. Now, he gets an A-. It should really be a B+, but he traveled, the things he did, the things he had to do, the lies he had to tell, the way he had to bring America into it, the way he wanted to do everything, how he did and what he did helped America, helped the world. Because this whole fucking Hitler thing is bad fucking shit. As bad as Orange is, there, believe it or not, there's just such worse, horrible, horrible monsters out there. And this is what they were dealing with, and so this is why his grade is that. So with that being said, I salute to Roosevelt for what all he did, because you know what he did was amazing. So here's to you. There's a next to Lincoln so far, I think you're getting the second best grade so far. This is a positive trend. Are You a Cop music, please go. Come on, get the record. There's not that many vinyl records. I mean, I'm telling you, once these are gone, we're not going through that fucking process again. Oh my gosh, that's some high fucking maintenance shit. Holy shit. So enjoy physical product while you can, my friends. Okay, so what's happening? Roosevelt, Keels, goes one more. It shouldn't have, but goes one more thing. Keels, his guy Truman, vice president's brought in. Tough gig to follow, but you know what? Truman turns out to have personality and does a lot of stuff, and then also he's the one who drops the bomb. He's the one who says, you know what, fuck it, you know what, I got this weapon, I'm going to use it. I don't want to go through that whole war thing, and I'm going to make a decision. And that's a big decision. It's a wrong decision. It's a right decision. It's a decision that he made and he did, and we as Americans, we as the United States have to fess up. We're the only ones who have ever dropped a big fucking thing like that on anyone else. So we have to acknowledge what we've done. For good or ill, we did that, you know? Hopefully it saved. He really believed how many lives, not just American lives, but he really felt that it's going to save so many lives. So I just got to do this. But still, we're the ones who did that. We cannot forget about that. Truman, the buck stops here. Neat guy, failed business guy, really interesting. He's worth reading about. Oh, I keep wanting to emphasize spending more time with these guys. I'm just kind of, you know, hitting shit real quick for you because I want to just be all clever and fun and neat because I eat this shit up. But the Truman books are great. Oh, his failures. It's so interesting to watch guys who rise to the top and read about their failures. Very interesting guy. Did I give him a grade already? Did I grade? I don't think I did. Truman is going to get a B+. B+. I feel that's pretty fair, you know? Is that fair? B+. Yay! And I give a drink to Noel Truman. Alright, and I gotta take a piss. So, time out. I'll be right back. You think about getting the Are You a Cop record. You thought about it. Now you're gonna do it. Yay! Quick pee, be right back.
Well, hey, what I'd like to start out by saying is I really like to thank Jonathan from Are You a Cop for giving me such a gracious grade. I really feel like I did the best I can, and then what I led into was America's next big choice, which was Eisenhower. Didn't really like him, he could fuck off, but anyway, here he comes.
I like Ike. Everybody liked Ike. He was a love motherfucker. Everybody said he was my grandfather. He was like the first Jerry Garcia, but a warmonger. That's how this shit goes in America. But yeah, don't be ashamed. Just be slightly ashamed. But here we go. Eisenhower. Fuck yeah! Okay, now Eisenhower. Boy, everybody liked him. Still before my time, if you can believe that. But Jonathan, he looks so old. Yes, well, fuck ye. Eisenhower. Here's why he's going to do good. Everybody liked him, but say, here's the guy who kind of starts. Here comes the golfing president. Here's our golfing. You know, they all kind of like to fish and hunt, do their own bullshit. Baseball starts getting big, but here's the first president that starts literally doing shit on the golf course. But big time war hero. That's why he's brought in. Everybody likes Ike. He gave us the freeways. Here is why he's going to do real good with me. He gave us the American freeway system. Very, very interesting how it's all said and done too. And the number system. Like, why is the 5 and the 10 and the 134 and the 210 and all that bullshit? Why is all that? There's interesting thought out with the numbers, and you need to look into it yourself. I don't have time to explain it right here, but fuck, is it fucking interesting as fuck. So, it was really for the military guys when they go anywhere that they be able to get themselves around. They know the number structure. So there it was, big cliff notes. Eisenhower, golf. To the point where it's like, maybe this dude's a little fucking old. He's playing a lot of golf. We liked him in the beginning, and these freeways are rad. We need something, we're going to need more. We're getting selfish as Americans because now we're getting big and cocky again, and there's this whole new thing. Now we're seeing America. Now we got a way to get around. So that is due to Eisenhower and his beliefs about the American transportation system and where the money should go. Kudos to you. You get a B. Solid B. Because you really could have done a little bit more. That's too much golf. Now what this leads into is Kennedy. Dun, 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 dun. Kennedy, we've gone a long time from 100 years. That's from Lincoln to Kennedy. Where? Don't I have a Kennedy prop? There's got to be a Kennedy. There is. Oh, era. Oh, I've got me a prop. So it's 100 years from here to here. 4 score. Well, they're probably kind of like that. He was a tall kind of fuck. Well, I'm actually way shorter, so here's kind of how it is. 100 years. 100 years. 100 years. This is the time now that has passed. Oh, and the whole Lincoln coincidence with the Kennedy thing's pretty weird within itself. But Kennedy, we know all about what's going to go on with Kennedy. Oh, wait, I gave Eisenhower his grade, making sure I'm not fucking up here. Kennedy. What can be said? Okay, here's another weakness. Man, getting elected. That is some crazy ass fucking bullshit to this day. Each, like I said, they're all con artists. Everything is just, man, me to get rise to the top right there. But here we go. Young Camelot thing. He's banging chicks left and right. His smoking hot ass wife he uses and just horrible things to Jackie. She is our national treasure. Oh, I drink positive to her. No negative to him, because you can't go be banging all those chicks. You're making us all look bad by fucking doing that fucking shit, you fucking asshole. Negative shot. Bay of Pigs, he lost. He was honest about. Gave us the challenge to the moon. We loved him, but he got killed. Pow, pow, pow. Go to Dallas, fucking Texas. Oh my God, fucking Texas. What the issue is, though, he didn't really do as much when you really look at what you'd want to do, but what he did was incredible. He gave America this new breath of fresh air and a new motivation, but on paper he didn't really do too much, but his dead body laying there did tons. And really what needs to be said about Kennedy, Kennedy's going to get a C+. Oh, weird coincidence comes his vice president, Johnson, Texan, politician, hardcore, wants to do so much. This is not how he wanted to become president. Because at first you'd say, well, fuck, he must have had something to do with it. He had something to gain. No, this is not how he wanted to become president. This was a horrible burden, tough gig. He did the very best he could. He is very interesting because he does a lot. He carries on so much of JFK's wish list and says, I've got to do this for him, but he has this great political way, this diabolical way. Oh, you got to check into this guy. There's a good read. Check out how he got shit done. Very interesting, but then he's just like, fuck this. I am out here. I can't stand this shit. So it was just like, tough gig. Very tough gig for him, and that's all he wanted, and you got to be careful what you wish for. And now America, how many more of these presidents are going to get shot at? We got to really start looking this through, because now, and here comes the whole controversy. Did that guy really shoot him? Did this? What, when, where, what? Now we are confused. Facts can be blurred. Now America has become, with the world, a controversy, and now you have to make decisions for yourself, and now you also have to live with people who have made other decisions. So who we're going to the store with, who we're going to go to movies with, and who we're sitting next to, we have this horribly different belief system now that has changed and started to separate everyone, yet we are still doing things as Americans. So that is to really be celebrated, but at the same time, here comes this great divide. And with this great divide comes the need for presidents to step up and do things. So who's coming up next? Well, let's see. But before we answer that question, let's think about the Are You a Cop record. Dun 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 dun. Good times. Oh yeah, good times it is. It's punk rock, rock and roll. I guess that's probably the best way to describe what it is. There's no polka. There's no, so, for the polka fans, sorry, Try to cross the genre spectrum, that Beatles, Rolling Stones, Ween kind of feel thing, but no cabbage cakes and coffee. Okay, so, but to all polka fans, we don't want to abandon anybody, so here we go. I salute ye. Kabam, drink to you. And I'm going to go get more beer. 1 second. Boo!
Hi, this is Marge Simpson. I'm here with Ringo Starr.
Hello. I thought you were Martha Quinn.
No, we're here to talk about the Are You a Cop record. You should go get it at areyouacop.com.
That's a great idea. Where do we go? Woo! Well. So that's Johnson's grade. Moving on from Johnson, here comes what's weird, because now I've popped out. And now I know why the world's so weird, because I came into a Nixon time. Nixon. That's right, the big dick. Okay, this is what we settle for when we think the worst also. Not Johnson, because that's before us. Not Buchanan, because that's before us. We always think of Nixon as like, oh, that's really, really, really bad. Well, let's talk about the good things Nixon did. All right, now that we're done with that, let's pop into the whole point of why he got in so much trouble. But let's also address the good that he did. He at least stepped down. And the whole thing with China, yes, huge deal. Did a lot of things for animal rights, by the way, in the state of California. There are a bunch of little token things that he did do, but we don't need that kind of craziness. And it's not like that shit doesn't go on. It's just getting caught, and it makes you realize that everybody's kind of doing that, and it's like, oh boy, this is American politics. This is shameful. This is shameful. Nixon's great. By the way, of course, go look into all that stuff, because woo! The movies that are made, the Dustin Hoffman movie is fantastic. The documentaries, everything about Nixon, the Nixon Library is fantastic. Everything about Nixon is fantastic except for Nixon. So if you just really want to understand what's going on in that time of the 70s, well, it's Nixon. Okay, well then there's Nixon. Oh boy. He steps down. And here comes the thing that gets me. I like Gerald Ford. I thought he was a neat guy. He was a neat jock. Here's what's neat. Chevy Chase made him a different character altogether, because Ford's a big football player and stuff, but eating shit down those wet stairs was the craziest underdoing that ever did. And now you start to realize the power of comedy and the American system ourselves and what's going on. Now we have television, more ways of communicating. It was newspapers at first. Now we got this television stuff. Now we got guys like Walter Cronkite. Now we got Dan Rather. Now we got these monsters coming in saying, you know what? Here's what we believe is to be true. And they really are doing a great job, the very best that they can. And when they fuck up, they say, well, I fucked up. And they would fix and retract and do what they can and give the American people the best facts that they possibly can. But damn, there's a lot of shit going on, and Ford just doesn't know what to do. So what does he fucking do? He pardons Nixon, who is like everybody's, we gotta have some fucking justice. No, I gotta pardon him because I gotta try to get some fucking work done here. All y'all want to talk about is Nixon, so I'm gonna pardon him so I can get some work done. Well, nope, now we're really gonna talk about Nixon. So Ford couldn't get anything done. And man, did Ford want to do so good, and that's why I hate to give him a D-. However, he gets a D- just because of the fate of the world at the time and how he handled it, what he did. And, gosh darn it, here comes in the biggie. The biggie, the one I want to be so proud of going against. So here comes Carter. America is like, fuck these politicians. I'm so sick of this bullshit. Kind of like back in Coolidge, just like, we just need some normalcy, just something. And here comes Jimmy Carter from Georgia. This guy is charismatic, really talks from the heart, and does something no other president before or after has ever done. And I always think this is very important to bring up, because He looked the camera in the eye and said to the American people, I will never lie to you. I will never lie to you. Well, that's kind of a mistake, because being president is like playing poker. That's like saying, I'm never going to bluff. Well, you know what? That really set him up for disaster. He didn't work well with others. He really fucked up everything. Another good thing, here's one we could argue and fight over. Apparently not one bullet was ever fired during his administration thing. Anywhere on the planet in America, they say nothing happened during his thing. It's like, huh? What was his brother's gun jammed during the whole time? I'm quite certain something happened, but man, they're saying nothing happened. Even when they tried to do the whole hostage rescue thing, no bullets were fired, actually. So it's a really interesting and complex thing, the Jimmy Carter administration, because now you've got the problem with OPEC, you've got inflation, you've got a president who wants to lecture you and say, put on a fucking sweater if you're fucking cold. You know, this is a guy who's, and he should be, because we're all, oh, we're drinking and partying and doing everything. No. And then he fucking turns everything to 55 mile an hour on the freeways. Holy fucking monkey of pearl, that does some bullshit. So, Jimmy Carter, Iran situation, nightmare, debacle. You need to look into and you need to know about all of that, because here's what brings in Reagan. So Jimmy Carter, unfortunately, gets a D+. It's actually what he did after his presidency is why he's so fantastic and wonderful. But as I said in the beginning, this is kind of his fault, because what he said about Orange. And I mean, not what he said about Orange, what he said about W. Bush, saying that would be the worst president ever. And look what God did, because God's funnier than Richard Pryor. Oh, son of a bitch, if we didn't all have to suffer because of Jimmy Carter. Jimmy, if you're watching this, which I'm... No, he's not watching this. No, he's probably... What would Jimmy Carter... He's probably watching David Attenborough right now. And now the sea otter finds food. You know, that's probably what, hopefully, because he's building a house this morning. He goes to bed early. Anyway, I love Jimmy Carter, and it's what he's done nowadays is what makes him thumbs up president. But he would even admit that too. But here comes Reagan, right from Hollywood way. And, oh, did I give him a grade? Oh, thank you, sir. I didn't give him a grade. Oh, I did D. No, he gets a D. Yeah. Jimmy's going to get a D. If I didn't do that, it's D. D or D minus. No, D. He gets a solid D. Maybe even a D plus. No, he gets a D. But then comes Reagan, which sets up things well, because, man, this Iranian hostage situation is really making us look bad. And Reagan's like, I'm gonna fuck you up. Oh, let me in. Reagan, actor, fun guy who doesn't know really what's going on. He even admitted when he was governor of California, he didn't really know what's going on. We celebrate Reagan because he's a wonderful personality, you know? And if I'm going to pick Republicans that I like, I'm always going to say, I don't like any of them, they all fucking suck, fuck you. However, Reagan is no exception. Fuck Reagan. Yeah, he made a whole bunch of horrible mistakes, and that is not what you fucking have as a president. A guy, jelly bean eat motherfucker, who's got his wife's fucking grab the fucking shaky ball and give you the forecast shit, and that's working into your actual plan and agenda. The only thing why Reagan is neat, tear down that wall. Tear down that wall. That was thought to be absurd, and all of his cats around him were like, dude, don't fucking tell that dude to fucking tear down his wall. Well, I've got my own plans, and my own plans say, fuck him, tear down that fucking wall, and fuck you. Well, and it worked. Okay, now here's the only thing why I'm going to give Reagan a better grade. You're going to like, you just talked all this shit about Reagan, and you're going to give Reagan a B+? What the fuck is your problem, ass fuck Jonathan? I thought you're an REO cop and had some fucking common sense. How am I supposed to go to REOcop.com and buy a record if you're going to give fucking Ronald Reagan a B+? Because here's something a lot of people do not know about Ronald Reagan, which is important. Ronald Reagan comes from the Hollywood side of the fence. Ronald and Nancy have a lot of gay friends. It doesn't matter to him, doesn't matter to anybody. This is no big deal, but the Republican Party is getting ready to say, you know what, fuck these gay dudes. We're gonna fucking come down on them. You know, we can't be fucking assholes to the blacks and the Indians and the Asians and the greens and the fucking purples and anyone else. Well, you know what? We're gonna go after the fucking gay dudes. And then there's where Ronald Reagan in private said, those are my friends, and well, if you fuck with them, I'm gonna fuck with you, because I am the Republican Party. I am our voice. You leave my friends, not only are you gonna leave my friends alone, well, you're gonna apologize in some nice weird way, and not with just a fruit basket and some wine, something real. Never happened, but at least the war against the gay dudes never happened, and that was because of Reagan. So kudos to him for that one weird thing, because how dare the rest of the world care about that fucking shit. Fuck ye from the very beginning. Ugh. Eventually, one day, this is all gonna filter away, and we'll look back at this, and they'll blow off this fucking film, and who's RUAOP? And who's Jonathan Pecker? What is this old shit? Hey, this is back when they were all stupid and racist and cared about the color of their skin. And oh, hey, Evelyn, come look, I found some funny ass shit when we were stupid. This is what we're trying to get past and grow and be good with. Come on, man, let's let it go. Let's just, okay, here's the funny thing about racist motherfuckers. You can't even be proud to be a racist. I'm a racist. Hell, I hate that guy because of the color of his skin. You can't even do that because you know it's fucking wrong. So you have to have this built-in guilt shit as if from your parents. I don't know what it is. Just let it go. Here's the perfect time to let it go. You can let it go through music. We have this one thing in common. You're listening to this because you like punk rock or rock and roll or whatever, and that's the only reason you've made it this far. If this is shit you hate so much, if I'm like anti whatever the fuck, okay, you can change right the fuck now and just say, you know what, I'm going to rethink my life. Holy fuck, you know what, racism is right. I got better things to do with what short time I'm here. I'm going to go be in a band, and fuck yeah. There you go. Fuck yeah. So did Reagan help? Fuck no. Reagan sucked, but good grade for him. Weird time in the world. Oh boy, so then comes the first of the Bushes. Not gonna do it. Not gonna get a lot done. Gonna try. Not gonna like broccoli, but gonna try to do things. Not gonna get anything much done at all. Kind of out of touch. Fucked up on video. Didn't know what a cash register was at the grocery store. Weird world. Weird world. Got booted out immediately. His overall grade, C+. He was a great war hero and wanted to do good. Can't do it in those kind of terms. You gotta stay in touch with these motherfuckers. I was in touch. Do I not have a Bill Clinton? Oh, I got so much touch. I was in touch with the American people. 2 breasts at a time. Clinton, boom, dun 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 dun. Lefty from Arkansas, and think about, you should also do side research. How many presidents were left-handed of the 44-ish odd-summed assholes? There's more left-handed presidents than you would figure on, because W and Clinton, lefties. So here's Lefty. Lefty, slick politician. He hated being called slick. But fuck, is this a slick pro-politician? Met John Kennedy, shook his hand. That was his hero. My mannerisms are like his. Isn't that right? What's your name? Says I'm right. Here's the problem with these powerful dudes. They gotta go bang everything, and they got to fucking be so selfish. It's so weird. It's like, Jimmy Carter didn't go banging and was honest, but still, didn't get much done. Bill Clinton got a lot done because he was getting caught all the time, so he has to act like he's working his fucking ass off. Gets a bunch of things done, but his overall grade is going to be a C+. Gets a lot done, but it just fucks up a whole bunch of fucking shit because he just doesn't. The Monica Lewinsky thing is just a stain, all puns included, that you cannot get past, and you lied. And it's like, yeah, you lied, but it was about guy shit. And no, you don't lie. You gotta just come clean. Remember when Grover Cleveland pulled it off? You should have remembered that bullshit. So that gets him in big time trouble. So, you know, what am I going to say? I'm going to say that he's going to get that, and here comes the W. Here comes the W, why I started doing all this in the very first place. Here I come. I thought he was horrible. I was so mad when he was president. And now that I look back at it, it was just, well, he was just a selfish, dumb, weirdo Texan guy. And now, after watching that Jimmy Kimmel interview, I'm like, whoa, I remember what real presidential behavior was. I remember when you say, hey, Ashley, you're acting very presidential today. That meant something a lot different than what it means now after Orange. Hey, Ashley, you're acting very presidential today. You know, this is just the way of the world now and what happens. So W gets a D minus because he really handled everything poorly. I mean, poorly. And just wasn't really supposed to be there in the fucking first place. That's all our faults. But here comes Obama. Fuck yeah. Some good, finally. Dignity, yay. I'm not even going to talk about him and his wonderful wife and all of the way those 8 years made me feel. I was so proud to be an earthling, actually. You know, I mean, sincerely, it's like, it's not because it's a black man as president. I'm just sincerely proud that there's a dignified man there representing us. And it just felt good. He had a charming, real American wife living an American weirdness of being dragged into the White House, and it played so well. And now she's become, I don't even know what to say, a national treasure. Doesn't even do her justice or what he did. And I know you racist guys fucking hated that. And I know there's always some price to pay. After Star Wars comes The Empire Strikes Back. Damn it if we didn't get The Empire Strikes Back with that fucking orange thing. Okay, I am giving Obama an A. Get as pissy as you fucking want. I truly loved those 8 years. And I thought everything that he did and tried to do was for the best of us. And I really was just relieved. I was happy of who our president was. And then we get what's next. And I'm not even going to go into any real long speech about it, because now we're at the end of this little journey that brought us here. And it brought us here because we don't ever want this orange thing to happen again. This is important. It was a failed experiment. Yeah, I talk shit. Because yes, I love what's going on in this world, and I hate what's going on in this world, and that is just some fucked up ass shit. So let's just let it go. I'm glad this fucking orange flags are coming down and we can just let it go. But he's going to try to do some circulation thing and let, you know what, you guys want to stick and believe with it? Hey, that is your right as an American. I cannot say what you are to do. That is the whole point of this whole great experiment in democracy, is you have a right to believe what you want to believe, and I have a right to believe, and we can try to influence one another. I'm just trying to influence you. I believe that if you've come this far because you dig music, and I'm not here to fucking be an asshole to you. I'm not here to be an asshole to anyone except myself. I was in a fucking one-man band once. I hated working with that fucking guy. Fucking asshole. But here's the whole point of everything. We are human, and we are doing our thing together. Come on. Reevaluate. If you have hate inside you, what a waste of time. For these little less than 100 years you're here, we're here together. Let's do good stuff. Please go write music. Please support our music. Pretty soon we're going to get to do shows again together, so let's play shows, and let's do things, and let's celebrate being Americans. Let's celebrate being Earthlings. Let's just celebrate and try to do good. And with that being said, thanks so much. I celebrate and drink to you, and to the end of racism, and to the end of bad craziness, and let's get into good craziness for those about to rock. You see the purple rock hit me? I got hit by a purple rock when I said for those about to rock. There's irony everywhere. Oh shit. Thanks guys.